Amen. Amen. Grab a Bible. Ain't gonna keep you long. I'm running late.
Amen. Turn that down. We got too much bass in it. Amen. Amen. All right, grab your Bible. Grab your Bible. Get that word, God. All right. Let's give God a hand clap. That's the first thing. God, you better pray like you ain't homeless. All right, amen. God bless you. Welcome to Church Life. Blessed to be in the house. Blessed to be alive. Running a little late, but we're experiencing something called growing pains. I remember Jai is 6'2", and he's gonna be real tall. And we went after the movies. We went somewhere, and Jai like, my knee hurt. My knee hurt. I said, why your knee hurt, brother? I said, did you hit yourself? Because he played running back. I said, did you get hit? Was it hit? He says, no, I'm growing. See, when you grow, you experience pain. Some people experience pain when you grow. Some of y'all ask God for big things in life, not realizing that the very thing that you asking for is going to cause you pain. See, everything that you ask for, but you got to work for it. Compton wants to be Polly. Where my baby at? She in there wearing that Polly shirt. She just made me mad. Made her daddy mad. Made daddy mad. You can't wear that shirt up here. But see, in order to be Polly, we're going to go through 32 years of pain. In order to go to the next level, it often costs pain. Turn with me to Deuteronomy 15 and 11. Deuteronomy 15 and 11. I didn't bring my reading glasses. Deuteronomy 15 and 11. All right. So I read Deuteronomy 15 and 11.
For the poor shall never cease out of the land. Therefore I command thee, saying, thou shalt open thy hand wide unto thy brother, and to thy poor, and to thy needy in thy land. And if thy brother, a Hebrew man or a Hebrew woman, be sold unto thee, and serve 6 years.
All right, that's good. That's good enough. For the poor shall never cease out of the land. Therefore I command thee, saying, thou shalt open thy hand wide unto thy brother, to the poor, and to the needy in thy land. This is the scariest passage that I've ever read in the Bible. This is scarier than being condemned to damnation in hell forever, because we don't know what happens once we die. So only thing we know is what we have right now. And the Bible says the poor will always be amongst you. How many of you want to be poor? Raise your hand if you want to be poor. Raise your hand. I want to see you stand up. I want to be. And matter of fact, when we got off the freeway, I looked to my left and I saw a sister standing on the side of Crenshaw and the 105 freeway. And my heart went pitter-patter and I felt compassion for her. Because it's 8 o'clock at night, she's standing there with some shorts on and a shirt by herself. Most likely homeless. See, the interesting thing about homelessness, I don't know anybody who was born homeless. But I do know people who end up homeless. And it often has to do with the decisions that we make. See, I'm glad this church is full of you, young people. That's a beautiful thing. Because you still have an opportunity to change your future. A lot of the old people that you live with, a lot of people that you've seen growing up, they already sold their thing. They've already written their passage. They're already sold into the lifestyle that they have. You still have a chance to change the direction of your future. So, since none of you said, I want to be poor, let's look at the 2 greatest mistakes that poor people made. Let's look at the 2 greatest mistakes that poor people made. Number 1, Dee, you know this one. Why do most people end up poor? Dee, go ahead and say it. He goes, oh, room. Say that again, doctor. They end up poor because they didn't use their talents. That's the first thing. Let me tell you a secret about talents. Most of you will not use your talents. Most of you ain't using your talents right now. Matter of fact, in this room, 9 out of 10 of you are not using your talents. And don't tell me you is. Most of y'all sitting on your talents. You wasting time with your talents. You gave up on your talent. You just 18 years old. You already gave up on your talent. So most people ain't gonna get rich with their talent. You gave up on your talent when you was 15, 14, 13. So now you depending on Amazon, you depending on Uber, you depending on security guard, you depending on driving the bus, you depending on working at the airport to get yourself out of this situation. Because you already gave up on your dream. So that's the first thing. So that is 90% of the population. And that just ain't in this room. That's your parents, that's your cousins, that's your brothers, that's your sisters, that's your aunties, that's most people that you know. Gave up on their dreams. Throw that one out the window. What do you know about that, age? Here's what I know about that. I went to school to be a doctor. Hashtag fail. Then I went to school to be an engineer. Hashtag fail that. I missed out on my dreams. But since I missed out on my dreams, I also fall into the 90% category. However, even though I missed out on my dreams, I did number 2. And number 2 is greater than number 1. Number 2 is this. God, matter of fact, let's turn to it. Turn with me quickly to Deuteronomy. Hey, down there, Jim. Deuteronomy 8:17. Deuteronomy 8:17. Most of us have missed out on our gifts. You missed that part. So we still have Deuteronomy 8:17. Somebody read. You gotta read it loud. We read it loud. Somebody read.
You may say to yourself, my power and the strength of my hands have produced this wealth for me. But remember the Lord your God, for it is He who gives you the ability to produce wealth. And so confirms His covenant, which He swore to your ancestors, as it is today.
Good. Start right there. And thou may say with thine heart that my power and my hand have got me this wealth. But thou shalt remember the Lord thy God, for it is He that giveth thee the power to get wealth, that He may establish His covenant, which He sware unto thy fathers to this very day. And it shall be, if thou shalt all forget the Lord thy God, and walk after other gods, and serve them, and worship them, and I testify you that this day that you surely shall perish. All right, so number 1, the best way not to be poor is to use your gifts. 95% of y'all in this room ain't using y'all gifts. 95% of you in this room ain't even touched your gift. So let's throw that one out the window. So that means right now you headed towards poverty. Right now you're headed towards poverty. Right now you're headed towards poverty. Here's option number 2. I am a failed doctor. I am a failed engineer. However, I picked up on option number 2. I realized that God gave me the power to do everything that I do. God gave me the ability and the power to speak right now. I could not be talking to you right now, standing right here right now, not in prison right now, not shot right now, if it wasn't for the power of God. So since God gave me that power, I said, God, if you did that for me, guess what I'm going to do? Everything that I earn, I'm going to give you a portion of it. Everything every time I get paid, you get paid. Every time I get a little check, I'm going to write a little check to you, God. Because I realize that I can't stand here without Him. Let's read it again, because some of y'all gave me the turned up face. It says right here, and thou saidst in thy heart, my power and thy might of my hand have got me this wealth. God say, I gave you the power to get money. I gave you the power. In order for me to speak right now is power. These lights run with power. Everything around you is power. God gives us the power. Without Him, you have no power.
And what a lot of us do is, God bless us with a nice job. I done seen it even happen in the church. You know, a couple young folks, God hooked them up with a nice job. Ain't seen them since. But I hear about what happens. Cars get towed up. They done had 18 accidents, in and out the hospital. Some of them right now about to go to jail. All kind of craziness happening. I see what happened. But the point is, as soon as they get that little money in their pocket, they gone. Let me see how faithful you gonna be. I'm praying blessings over all y'all. Cars, apartments, your own houses, all of that. How many of y'all still gonna come to church? You put your hand there. I don't want to hear about it. Now put your hand there. Because the test is going to be when you get it. That's the true test. You can say, and see, you don't have to come to this church. You go to the church you want to go to. It's all the same game. But the point is, God is going to bless you because he's going to test you. He's going to be like, I remember y'all used to pack up in that little truck, come to church. Now, I just got you a new job. You make $36 an hour. You can now get your own apartment and your own place and your own car. You still gonna be faithful? Most people don't. Because as soon as they get what they want from God, I'm outro, I got what I needed. And then I don't see them to the next catastrophe. Then I get the call, 911, man, it's going down. Man, I ain't seen you in about years. I know, man. That's when I get the phone call in. I got a couple calls before I came here today. Can't talk about it yet, but I will next Sunday. The point is, are you going to be faithful to God? Are you going to say, God, this is my money? Why do you always talk about money? We're going to talk about that in a second. So it says here, God gave us the power to gain wealth. God gave us the ability to gain wealth. Without God, we can't do anything. Turn with me to Philippians 4:9. Way in the back. Philippians 4:9. Philippians 4:9. Way in the back. I only got it quick because I cheat. I know where I'm going to read, so I mark it out first. Philippians 4:9. Anybody got it? Somebody read it for me. Got to read it loud. But we got that bass downstairs.
Whatever you have learned or received or heard from me or seen in me, put it into practice, and the God of peace will be with you.
Good, I like that. Somebody else read another version. Philippians 4:9. I'm going to read what it says. It says, those things which ye have both learned and received and heard and seen in me, those things you should do. And if you do those things, the God of peace shall be with you. All right, what that means is, it says, my name is Michael Hibbert. I am your pastor. You are supposed to be watching me and imitating me and doing the things that I do. And if you do the things that I do, God says he shall give you peace. You're supposed to be watching me. Watch how I raise my kids. Watch how I handle business. Watch how even I drive. Or watch how I party and drive. Watch all those things. Imitate me, and then God will give you peace. That's called a tenant. That means this is something you can get a blessing on. It says God shall give you peace. Can anybody tell what peace is? Nobody know what peace is. All right, here's what peace is. Ain't nobody trying to kill you. Ain't nobody looking for you. And the police can get behind you and you ain't got to cry. You ain't sick. Your bills is paid. You all right? You got enough food to eat? Yes, ma'am.
I think peace is not worrying about that.
Peace and not ain't worried about the things that you can't deal with. Peace. Yes. Peace in your mind. Exactly. I like that. He said peace in your mind. It says God shall give you peace. Your desire should be peace. Because a lot of y'all live in households where ain't no peace. It's hell all day long. Can't pay this bill. Ain't nobody got no money right here. Never got no food in the refrigerator. Lights always off. Man, why you drinking my soda? Really? We're a family. Why you drinking my drink? Why you doing this? Why you doing that? Why you in the bathroom all the time? You know we got one bathroom. Dang. You live in households where there's no peace. Your objective should be for you to have your own house with peace. You should, see, the problem is, so I know it's sad. I remember this. We have Saturday school at Compton High. Saturday school. I remember when they first started the Saturday school. I've been in Compton 25 years. And when they first started, I said, how you gonna get kids to come to school on Saturday? And sure enough, as soon as they started Saturday school, these little kids start walking in. I said, what the hell wrong? You ain't got no life? Why the hell you here on Saturday? You ain't got nothing else to do? What the hell you doing here on Saturday? Because their homes are so messed up that they want to be away from there at any cost. If they had school on Sunday, they'd be there too. They would never go home. I used to stay after school to 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock and still be kids there. Because when they go home, it's hell. There's no peace in those homes. So they want to stay away as long as they can. That's why some kids end up in gangs. They like, man, I'd rather roll with the 8 trays than go home deal with my dysfunctional drunk mama. I'd rather hang out with the Hoovers than deal with the stuff that I'm into. I'd rather hang out with the Crenshaw Mafia than go home and deal with that. Because they find more peace on the streets than they do at home. So one of your goals should be for your house to have peace. For your family to have peace. All right, next thing. Go with me to Acts 20 and 35. Acts 20 and 35. Let's start my song over, son. Acts 20 and 35.
Amen.
Amen.
And before we read it, remember this, the poor will always be with you. All right, somebody read Acts 20 and 35.
I have showed you all things, how that so laboring ye ought to support the weak, and to remember the words of Lord Jesus, hath said, it is more blessed to give than to receive.
I have showed you all things, how that so laboring ye ought to support the weak. I gave you a job, help those who need help. And to remember the words of the Lord Jesus, how he said, it is more blessed to give than to receive. What does that mean? It is more blessed to give than to receive. Anybody? Can anybody translate that? Go ahead, D.
You'll get more blessings if you be a giver.
You get more blessings if you're a giver. Here's this. We have a generation of gimme. 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 Give me what you got. I'm coming up. Gimme. Gimme. And God says, if you always receive it, you can never get blessed. See, the problem with this generation, y'all want to get. You don't want to give. And you don't realize that hopefully your parents sacrificed for you. Hopefully. Life is not about getting. It's about giving. What you mean, man? I'm trying to get all the money. I'm trying to pocket everything. I'm trying to big Jordan Balenciaga. I'm trying to be bald. Have sounds in my trunk. I'm trying to do all this thing. You know what's funny? I've been a teacher 25 years. I've taught multi-millionaires. And all the money in the world can't help you breathe better. All the money in the world can't help you live better. All the money in the world, all money do is just buy you more things. Can't buy you love. And to see, Satan has fooled us into sacrificing our youth trying to get money. And the point is, you can get all that and still lose your soul. I'm going to tell you a story. There was a guy, his name was Howard Hughes. Howard Hughes. And if you got DirecTV, that's his company. Howard Hughes is Hughes, DirecTV. He was the world's first billionaire. He was the world's first billionaire. Right down there in El Segundo. Hughes Aircraft. Long story short, he got rich at 18. His father died, and his father started a company, left him $1 million in 1920. And so $1 million in 1920. Long story short, he was a billionaire by the age of 28 because he created something called a missile, and he created something called the satellite. He also created what you know today as the modern airplane. Howard Hughes. So he died, I think 76 or something like that. Long story short, when the man died, he was worth $6 billion. Now today, y'all bet that ain't no money, but back then, nobody had that kind of money. And when he died miserable and alone, dirty and smelly. Because he had got so rich, he became afraid of everyone. He became a weirdo. Let me tell you how cold it was. He went to Vegas and he stayed in the hotel room. And they complained because he didn't take baths. Like I said, he got real weird. So the people at the hotel, it was a desert day, and said, "You got to get out of here." And he says, "Did they tell me to get out?" He made a call to his agent. He bought the whole hotel. Not only that, he bought like 12 hotels and bought half the airline. That's how much money he had. But when he died alone, dirty and smelly. Now you would say, he had all the money in the world. You know what he lost? His mind. He lost his mind. That's what he said. He lost his peace. Because with all that money, you can't come close to eat. You have germs. You know why? He has a movie called The Aviator. Please watch it. You're going to be, oh my, he had everything. When he was young, he had all the women. He was banging all the fine actresses. He had all the car balling out of control. But as he got older, because he wasn't a giver, God took his mind. And I don't care how much money you got. If you lose your mind, all the money in the world don't mean nothing. It is better to give than to receive. It's better to give than to receive. Next thing, turn to 2 Corinthians 9 and 6. 2 Corinthians, start over for me, son. That song, keep me going. 2 Corinthians, way in the back. 2 Corinthians, I give myself what? Give me that. 2 Corinthians 9 and 6. 2 Corinthians 9 and 6.
Amen.
Somebody read for me.
But this I say, he which soweth sparingly shall reap also sparingly, and he which soweth bountifully shall reap also bountifully.
Start right there. It says right here, but this I shall say, he that soweth sparingly shall reap sparingly, and he that soweth bountifully shall reap bountifully. The Bible says, what you reap, you sow. What you reap, you sow. If you only put $5 in, you only get $5 out. If you put nothing in, you get nothing out. If you put a whole lot in, you get a whole lot out. What your generation tried to do is put nothing in and then expect everything. You try not to put in no work and then expect to win. And we lost to Wilson this week. And long story short, the coaches was all going crazy and arguing. And then one of the coaches says, you know what? Nobody barely showed up to practice. Then they said that they had bad practices. Then they said nobody showed up to the summer practice. How did you expect to beat Wilson when they've been there the whole year? Working out the whole time. The men has been lifting weights the whole time. They didn't play. They practice, they lift the weight. They go hard. We messing around, running around, and ditching and going everywhere. How you going to beat a soldier when he's been on his grind? You expect to get much by doing nothing. It's impossible. It's not going to happen. If you put nothing in, you get nothing out. And the same thing works in God's kingdom. If you tell God, look, man, all right, you bless me with a little strength, a little power. This is all my guap, baby. God be like, okay, I got another little friend named Satan. I'm going to let him have it happy. And when Satan get a hold of you, woo, cancer, woo, drive-by, woo, wheelchairs, woo, lose your job, woo, go to jail. All kind of craziness start coming out of nowhere. What's going on? You told God you didn't want his protection. You told God you'd rather deal with his friend, Satan. And when Satan get a hold of you, he coming for the whole thing, baby. He don't want 10%. He want 100%. And most of the times he get it. Because what Satan manages to do, he steals your dreams. He beats you up so bad, you quit and you give up. Some of y'all live with adults who gave up. They stopped. Because Satan beat them down so bad, he beat them up so bad that now they can't go nowhere. You the only hope in your family.
See, I had to tell some grown people that the other day. I said, the reason why I fight so hard for this church is because most of these kids is the shining light in their whole family. You are the hope of your whole family. You are the hope of your family. And if Satan gets you, it's done. He got your mama, he got your cousins, he got your brothers, he got your sons, he got everybody. You are the hope. You have to make it. And what does that mean? You got to do something different than your parents did. You got to walk a different line than they did. Because if you don't, you know what's going to happen. And I told you this story before. I used to, before I teach a class, every school year, I said, how many of you guys want to be like your parents? I did that for 7,250 students. Out of 7,250 students, 2 kids raised their hand. And out of 2 kids, one recanted after class and said, man, I was just lying. I was trying to be funny. Hell no, my mama broke in hell. The difference between you and your parents is time. That's it. There's a story about the apple in the tree. The apple don't fall across the street. It falls underneath the tree. You can tell what kind of tree it is by the fruit that's on the tree. That's why you got to say, look, man, I seen they life. I don't want that. I got to do something different. Because if I keep doing what I'm doing, hey, boy, doing what they want, you're going to be broke, you're going to jail. You already know how the game goes. Ain't no surprise. 2 people that's supposed to be here tonight, one just got out of jail, one right now is in jail still. Got court tomorrow morning. This game is real, baby. Satan ain't no joke. He is not going to play with you. If you tell God, hey, man, hey, God, you don't need this, God. You don't need this. This mine, homie. I'm the one with to work for it. I went to work. This mine. You know what he going to do? All right. Keep your money. God don't need your money. What the hell he needs your money for? But once you tell him, keep your money, he gonna call his boy, Satan. I got one for you. This happens every day. If you want your life to change, you got to do something different. It starts with your relationship with God. The Bible says it's more blessed to give than to receive. You got to become givers. You got to become givers. The other day, we went to the movies. And to get into the movies, it costs $10. And then before we go to the movies, we go eat. Each of those little boxes you get costs $7. So that's $17 per human to go to the movies. Pastor Hibbert gives. Because I know what happens if you don't give. What was very disheartening was, I had somebody count the little offering. I said, bring some offerings, help offset the cost. That truck costs $125 to fill the thing up. It is a Suburban, 32 gallons, baby. So I said, give a little offering to offset the trip. When I counted up the offering, it was $50. I said, you got to be kidding me. I said, it was 16 of them. Even if they gave $4, $5 a piece, that would have been $80. It was $50. Now, my flesh, my feelings was hurt. But then God said, hey, Mike, you blessed, bro. You ballin'. Don't worry about that. I got you. So I was like, thank you, God. I'm straight, cuz. I'm cool. But he said, Mike, you better talk to them. I said, why? He said, because, see, the way that they living, they all gonna be poor. See, if you rolling like this at 18, you think you're gonna change to 28? Think you're gonna change to 38? Think you're gonna change to 48 if you make it that far? No, because you already have a mentality that I'm gonna come up on him. He got 3 Mercedes, he got a motorcycle, he got 2 houses, he balling, he don't need my little pocket change, I'm gonna keep mine. You trying to come up on the pastor. I don't
I'm the one that prayed for you. I'm the one that tells Satan, don't kill him just yet. Let the brother out of jail. And if you can do that to me, who goes to God for you, God's like, if you do my boy like that, I got a boy over here too. And he got everybody in your family except you. You have to learn how to become givers. Because if you don't give, you're going to lose the thing that you want, and that's your dream. It's funny. My wife has a friend, can't say the name, but they watch sometimes. Long story short, this man makes $116,000 a year, and he's broke. You ask that. 160, he makes $12,000 a month. And he at the end of the month, he's at every check cashing place in San Bernardino County. I was like, how the hell? He makes like $200 an hour, and he's at the check cashing place at the end of the month. Here's why. Just because you make it, don't mean you can keep it. He said, see, I'm telling you, Satan is cold. Here's how Satan got it. He got a DUI. 3 of them. One DUI is $10,000. Second DUI is $25,000. Third DUI is $50,000. Satan, I tell you, he know how to get your pockets, homie. I know another partner, same thing. He in a wheelchair. He kept his paper though, and he held on to that guap. He had that guap, homie. He guapped it up. He didn't get none of this, homie. Yep, now he can roll. Rolling on. And see, we started off today talking about how my dog got out. I paid my tithes Sunday. God hit my son upside the head this morning. And he said, I'm going to daddy's house. Now, I ain't seen this brother in about 2 months. I don't know where the hell he been. But for some reason, God hit him in the head this morning, and he came to my house. But see, God orders my steps. God knew that he needed him to be there to get that dog so the dog didn't kill the gardener, and I had to get a $100,000 lawsuit. That's how God works. But see, when you say, I'm going to keep it for me, homie, God like, release the Kraken. Let Thanos have him. Go at it. And then y'all like, I don't know what's happening. They don't killing me. It's tearing me up. Learn how to be a giver. Learn how to be a giver. Last thing. Last thing. Turn back to, let's finish reading this. Go back to 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians. And we're going to start reading verse 7. Every man according as he has purposed in his heart, so let him give, not grudgingly, or of necessity, for God loveth a cheerful giver. And God is able to make all grace abound toward you, that you will always have sufficiency in all things, and may abound in every good work. Look at verse 8. Read it again. Pause the music for me, son. And God is able to make all grace abound toward you, that ye will always have all sufficiency in all things, may abound in every good work. God says if you give to him, he will give you something called favor. Does anybody know what favor is? Favor.
Getting chosen before someone else.
Favor is this. God give you what you don't deserve. God give you protection that you don't deserve. God give you a job that you don't deserve. Some of y'all ain't got the job you look for now because every time you get paid, it's mine. God like, all right. So if I give you a job for $100,000 and you ain't tithing, so you gonna keep that little job for $20. You have to take care of your business. See, some of y'all don't realize God is testing you right now. My wife is an excellent example, and she ain't here tonight. Long story short, she started off at Kentucky Fried Chicken on Central and Alondra. That was her first job. She made $3.05 an hour. But every time she got paid, she said $3.05, and she wasn't good at math. She said, 31 cents go to pastor. She did that ever since she was 16.
All her friends laughed at her. Ha ha ha! You with that fried chicken? Ha 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 ha! You look at you, girl. Ha, ha. What you doing? You give your money to the church? You stupid. 10 years, 20 years, 30 years later, you look at her balling out of control. Doing what she do. And all her friends, they broke. See, God know how to get your butt. See, the thing is, all her friends laugh. But now when she roll up in that new Benz, like, what's up, boo? They like, oh my good. Then they look on Facebook and her kids going to college. Her kids got scholarship. They doing all this. And you like, dang. Maybe we should have went to church. Maybe we should have paid our tithes. Maybe we should have listened. See, the thing is, if you give, God will take care. But if you hide your money, He'll put a curse on you. That ain't in the Bible. You lying. It's not. You lying. It's not in the Bible. You lying. Turn to Malachi 3 and 9. You lying. Why would God curse me? Because I don't want to give no pastor no money, homie. I ain't got to give him one of my chips. They're my chips. You ain't got to give it to me. Turn to Malachi 3 and 9. Somebody read Malachi 3:9. Verse 9 says, God has hurt you with a curse because you robbed me. Now, the other verse we read, it says, I'm going to give you grace. I'm going to bless everything. I'm going to bless your house. I'm going to bless your kids. I'm going to prosper you. And this one says, if you want to keep your little money, if you want to keep, and the emphasis on little, you want to keep your little bit money in your pocket, cool. Let me see how you handle cancer. Let me see how you handle your baby on life support. Let me see how you handle your husband cheating or sleeping with all your friends. They're taking your cars and your money and giving it some other woman. Let me see how you handle this. Keep your money. Because see, like he said, God says, I'll let my friend Satan handle you. And let's see how you deal with that. Now, most people hate this message. It's interesting. I can put something stupid on Facebook, I get like 150 likes, I get like 55 shares. I say, pay your tithes. 1 like. 1 like. And what's funny, because I told my friend, I said, did you see that? I saw it. I didn't like it, but I saw it. And I don't have a problem with that. You know the reason why? It's because everybody can't be blessed. Some of you are choosing poverty. If you want to be poor, do you. But stop calling me. That's the only thing I get mad. I ain't got no money. I mean, they should see my phone. Like, I ain't got beep, 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 beep. Can I borrow the money? What? My lights getting ready to get cut up. They about to pull my car. What you gonna pay your tithes? Why you bother me? Because I pay mine. Is this real? Turn my song back on. We're going to need some music after this. Is this real? Yes. Because I used to be a non-believer. I used to believe that it was foolish to give your money to some man in a church named a pastor who was a man like me. I said, that's stupid. So I read that book. And then God says, test me. And see what I will open up the windows of heaven and bless you so much that your kids will be blessed, that they kids will be blessed, that they kids will be blessed, and you just look and you see blessings. As a teacher, I make $62,000 a year. Now that's okay. But engineers make 90 coming out. Principals make 150. I found out today that In-N-Out managers make $165,000 a year. The highest paying restaurant in the world. It's crazy. But the point is, I make $60,000 a year. I mean, it's cool. It ain't balling. But when God take that 60, he said, you're going to live like 600,000. Because I tithe. I didn't believe it. So I was in Jamaica and I was on the beach. Oh my God, this is crazy, man. I used to do it, I'm really here, man. My boy Tithe traveled all over the world. His passport been stamped in more places, and you know Tithe. He live right around the corner from some of y'all. He's a tither. He take care of business. When you take care of God's business, he take care of your business. This young man right here is a tither. He's so blessed, he just flossy with it. This young man is a tither. God take care of his business. This young man is a tither. God take care of his business. You better learn how to tithe. You want to run that ball and get that scholarship? Tithe. You want to do something great? Learn how to tithe. Your hater friends, why are you doing that? And you say, because I don't want to be broke like you. Just shut them down. They're going to get That's cold. This church is called the Church of Light. I want you to become lights in your homes. I want you to break generation curses of poverty. I want you to be the first ones to own your own house. I want you to be the first one to travel out the country. I want you to be the first one to have children that all graduate from high school, that all go to college. You can have that. But it starts with your giving. You want to know why God blesses givers? And now I can get churchy. Because he sent Jesus, his son. And Jesus gave his what? His life. God is a giver. So he likes givers. It's better to be a giver. You just sit there because you want to look, man, I got my own money. I told you last week somebody sent me $1,000. Boom, I'm good, boo. This ain't about me. See, God see me down here grinding, driving kids all over the place. You don't think God gonna take care of me? You ain't gotta worry about me. You better worry about you. Because you're 18 now. It might be real. Some of you is already real. It only gets worse. And see, when you go home, I want you to look at those people that you call adults. God. Jesus. Lord have mercy. I want you to take a good look at them. And then say, I vow to take care of them. I vow to buy my mama her first house. I vow to buy my grandmother her first house. I vow to do different. But you got to change something. I don't have a job yet. Okay. Well, how can I be a tither? Here's how that works. Instead of you getting out of the truck and running to the, what's this store right here? Winchell's, instead you run across the street, you say, you know, I got an extra $2. I'm going to bless the pastor because he take care of me. You know I got you. That's what you do with that. And then God see you, oh my God, that's my, got him. 4 touchdowns. That's how God works. If you do for him, man, Lord have mercy. He'll take care of you. Learn how to be a giver. Now, I'm going to shut up right now because I'm almost out of time. Satan teaches you to keep all your stuff. He does. This world teaches you, get money, F everybody, get money, F everybody, get money. I got stacks and stacks and stacks, racks on racks on racks. I got bags, I got bags, I got bags. And here's what happened. Satan take all them bags. Antonio Brown, great example. $30 million contract, gone. Just like that, gone. Satan, I told you, Satan has control over all the money. See, and I didn't tell that part. We talked about that before. All your money belongs to Satan. See, y'all don't know that. It's his money. He's the God of this world. He can come get your money anytime he wants because it belongs to him. He runs all the banks. He runs all the companies. He runs everything you see. The only time your money becomes protected is when you give it to God. You lying. All right, let me show you that. Then we'll get out of here. Turn back to Malachi.
Go down to verse 11. Malachi chapter 3, verse 11. Pause music for me, sir. Somebody read Malachi 3 and 11.
I'll prevent pests from devouring your crops and the vines of your fields, and will not drop their fruit before it is ripe, says the Lord Almighty.
Read the next part.
And all the nations will call you blessed, for yours will be a delightful land, says the Lord Almighty.
And I shall rebuke the devourer for your sakes, and he shall not destroy the fruits of your ground, neither shall your vine cast her fruit before the time in the field, said the Lord of hosts. And all the nations shall call you blessed, for ye are a delightsome land, and said the Lord of hosts. The reason why it says, I will rebuke the devourer, because Satan is the devourer. Satan could devour if it wasn't his. You could only eat what's yours. Satan has access to it because it's his in the first place. The only way your money gets protected is if you give it to God. Do you want all my money? No, man, just give an offering. That's all I'm asking. Start giving. Start giving. And the more you give, the more you will receive. The more you give, the more you will receive. If you don't become a giver, you're a taker. And if you're a taker, now you deal with Satan, because that's you and his game. That's what he do. He takes souls, he takes dreams, he takes lives. That's what he does. He's a taker. God is a giver. He gives you the power to earn. So you got to figure out which side of the fence you want to be on. You want to be a giver, you want to be a taker. But learn now. And you young, so it might take you a couple years. So some of y'all gonna be like, that fool lying, man. I don't believe him. That's stupid, homie. I'm gonna do what I'm doing. This is for my paper, man. I'm gonna walk it up. Cool, do you, bro? I'm old. I already know where you going. See, that's the thing about being old. I know where you headed, bro. You ain't got no new game. You ain't got no new game. You got apps on your cell phone. You ain't got no new game. I know where your life ends up. I've seen people who do what you are doing. I know where you were headed. That's why I'm telling you, God told me to tell you, you better change, because most of y'all going to end up broke. And we started off this church service saying, how many of y'all want to be poor? Now, this person raised their hand. But yet and still, you're doing what poor people do. You're doing what poor people do. Because poor people think poor. Rich people think rich. It all starts in your mind. That's why the Bible says in Romans, that's the last thing, Romans 12 and 2. I give myself away. Thank you, son. Bless you. I know you're tired. I went to track practice. I love my boy. God bless him. You're going to have a great season, too. Romans 12 and 2. We have to learn to start thinking like rich people. Somebody read Romans 12 and 2.
Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is. His good, pleasing, and perfect will.
Good. And be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by renewing your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. You got to change your mind. It's hard to do. Because everybody around you tell you to do a certain thing. Right now, some of y'all battling like, that can't be right. How can I give and get more? It doesn't make sense. But that's the way God made it. Because all the people that I know, that hoard, I know, like I said, I know a few rich people, that hoard their money, it goes, man. It's sad to watch NBA players go out to the club, bang a couple little girls, $23,000 a month. $50,000 a month, $80,000 a month, child support. Then you don't know when you play the league, 50% of your money go to taxes. So you got child support and you got taxes, and then your agent get paid before you do. When you play ball, you're the last one to get paid. When you rap, you're the last one to get paid. How do I know this? My rap brother is Montel Jordan. He's one of my Facebook friends. He made the song, "This is how we do it." He said, Mike, we're going to get paid twice. You get paid in March, you get paid in September. That's it. You're going to have to learn how to squeeze by till that time comes. And everybody, the dancers get paid first. Y'all don't know how the hip-hop game is. It's cold. It's real ugly. So So the thing is, learn how to give. You want God to protect you, man. You don't want God to say, you're cursed. Why would you want God to curse you? If God loved us so much, why would he curse us because we don't pay our money in church? That's a good question. That's a good question. The answer is this. He gave you the ability to do everything you do. He gave you the ability to breathe. My son back there, I was about 2 years ago. Was it 2 years ago? When I went to the hospital, a year ago? 2 years? Okay. I was in the house. I had a severe asthma that I couldn't breathe. And Joseph like, Pop, what's wrong? Pop, what's wrong? I can't breathe. I can't breathe. And the baby took me downstairs, 911, the ambulance came saved. God bless, he was there to save my life. When I went to the hospital, I was in the emergency room at King. And long story short, the nurse, my wife came and all that, and then I was trying to say, hi baby, I'm okay. And the nurse said, shut up. She literally said that, shut up. She said, don't talk no more. She says, every time you talk, we burn a whole lot of power. I didn't realize that just to speak, it requires a whole lot of energy. You need a whole lot of air going through these lungs just to talk. Y'all don't realize how much you got going on until you lose it. Has anybody here ever been paralyzed? I have. I couldn't walk from here to there. You don't understand what you got until you lose it. See, you're young. That's what I'm saying. Don't make the mistakes that I made. Do you need to be laying down on the freeway with a motorcycle laid on top of you to learn that God is real? Do you need to be in a jail cell looking at time to learn that God is real? Do you need to be almost evicted out of your house to learn that God is real? Do you need for your kids almost to die from lupus to learn that God is real? Or do you just want to go through hell and find out for yourself? Because if you choose option B, which is, I'm going to keep it because it's mine, God says, you're cursed. I don't know how much plainer it is. He says you cursed. Why would you want God to curse you? But he really will curse you. Yeah, hell yeah, he going to curse you. But I go to church, and you know what's right? Because I got into a little argument, I'm sure about this. I got into an argument with a little Facebook friend. They said, my mama went to church every Sunday. I said, I know people go to church every Sunday too. They don't give nothing. They just show up. They drop their $2 in the plate, and they go jump in their car. Just because you in the garage don't make you a car. Just because you go to church don't make you a Christian. Or a tithe. So young people, I want you to think about this tonight. And I got the scripture to back it up. Learn how to be a giver. I don't have a job yet. Be a helper. When I was coming to this baby right here, she's the best navigator I had. Buddha U5 and Omega U5. This is my new navigator. Because when I was coming, she called everybody. She said, what we need next? She was perfect. She was on point. Be a giver. Learn how to help. Be a giver, be a helper. Buddha like, oh, okay, I'm fine, okay. I love you, Buddha. I'm just playing, baby. I love you, Buddha, baby. All right, everybody stand, grab a hand.